How's it going, you sexy beast? Today is the much anticipated patch day, which includes the very badass ESF weapons and gadgets. If you've seen my previous video covering this is pretty much the same stuff. The link to the patch notes will be posted in the description below if you wish to check out all the changes for yourself. Since this is primarily a content patch, there's not a lot in the form of number changing or anything of that matter. Despite SOE saying that regular patches will be coming every Wednesday, let's just pretend that today is not Thursday and jump right into the patch notes. Starting off, we've been given access to a total of 5 weapons, which include 3 new Empire-specific nose cannons and 2 Empire-agnostic wing-mounted missile munitions. As for those new nose cannons, they're built as a platform for newer players since they bolster nearly double the magazine capacity as the stock nose cannons, fire at roughly 50 rounds per minute slower, have their projectile velocity slowed by 100 meters per second, and even reload slower. What exactly are these? They are the M18 Locust for the Terran Republic, the M20 Kestrel for the new conglomerate, and the Antares LC for the Vanar sovereignty. Showcasing first is the Terran Republic's Locust. This cannon fires at 698 rounds per minute, deals a maximum of 200 damage up to 200 meters, and falls off to 167 damage out at 300 meters. It has 150 rounds in the magazine and another 900 in the reserve. Its projectile velocity is 650 meters per second and has a reload speed of 3 seconds. Next up is the new conglomerate's Kestrel. It fires at 600 rounds per minute, deals a maximum of 250 damage up to 230 meters, and a minimum of 200 damage out to 330 meters. It's loaded with 95 rounds in the magazine and comes with 665 rounds in the reserve. Its projectile velocity is 650 meters per second and has a 2.4 second reload speed. Finally, we've got the Vanar sovereignty's Antares. It fires at a rate of 652 rounds per minute, deals a maximum of 220 damage up to 200 meters, and falls off to 184 damage out at 300 meters. It features a 110 round magazine size and has 770 rounds in the reserve. Its projectile velocity is 700 meters per second and has a reload speed of 2 seconds. Since the rotary cannons are great for close range and the stock nose cannons are great as all-around weapons, these new nose guns are going to be a very potent middle ground. The extended magazine will help engaging harassers or hostile ESFs trying to speed away. The next 2 weapons are mounted to the wings and really spice up what roles ESFs fill while on the battlefield. First off, we have the Coyote missiles. These are built to strictly combat other aerial targets. They're technically dumbfire missiles, but feature a unique lock-on mechanic once the warhead has reached its desired target. Meaning you can technically miss a target with these missiles, but the warhead will proactively seek out its prey and deal direct impact damage to them. As you can see, I'm firing way over the roof of this galaxy, and the missiles are performing a near instant 90-degree turn and damaging the vehicle. Each missile deals 100 damage on impact with another 334 splash damage, giving it a total of 434 damage per missile. Each magazine is loaded up with 6 missiles per salvo, have another 48 missiles in the reserve, and reload in 3 seconds flat. They fire at a rate of 200 missiles per minute. Even though they're extremely limited by its range, the Coyote missiles are going to be a very potent weapon in conjunction with the rotary to help ensure some additional damage while reloading your nose cannon. The other wing mount we're getting is the Hornet missiles. Much like the Coyote missiles, these feature their own unique mechanic as well to help give the ESF even more variety. Designed strictly as an anti-ground vehicle weapon, the Hornets are laser-guided warheads that follow the crosshair of the pilot who fired them. They deal a massive 2,050 damage per missile and can actually be used to snipe out tanks while hiding behind canyons as cover. These Hornets come in a magazine pairs of 2 missiles, have another 40 missiles in the reserve, and reload in 4 seconds. Despite how overpowered they may sound, the splash damage is rather small and will only kill infantry with the direct impact of the missile. These missiles will be the go-to choice of any pilots looking to hunt down some enemy armor from afar. With this new ESF update, we're given a couple of new certification lines to progress. The first new one is the Engagement Radar. This is a passive system that is equipped in the utility slot of your ESF and causes enemy aircraft to be tracked and displayed on your heads-up display within a radius of 600 meters of your vehicle. This is designed as a tool for newer players to help keep track of enemies that may have flown past their cockpit, or just to see everything that's occurring on the battlefield. Once an enemy aircraft has left the line of sight of the user with the engagement radar, the icon representing that vehicle will clamp on the sides of the cockpit to denote in which direction that vehicle headed. Pretty neat, but I'm not entirely sure if it's worth dropping flares or fire suppression. Speaking of fire suppression, it got a massive buff of double its efficiency. Previously, hitting fire suppression system would heal your vehicle up to a maximum of 12% health over the course of 5 seconds. Now it will heal your ESF for a total of 25% of its maximum health over 5 seconds. Keep in mind that this change is only applicable to the ESF version of fire suppression and will not affect any other versions. The last certification line we've been given access to are the external afterburner fuel tanks. Previously, you'd just slap these on for an 80% bonus in the capacity of afterburner fuel. Now, once you've fully certified your fuel tanks, it will give both an 80% capacity bonus on fuel, but also an additional 70% fuel regeneration rate. This patch also comes bearing a 15% reduction in afterburner fuel regeneration, but the added 70% bonus from a maxed out fuel tank will give you a good 50% bonus fuel regeneration than what you're used to previously. One final note about ESF weapons, and this is a pretty big one. The Tomcat or Photon air-to-air lock-on missiles have been changed pretty substantially. They're no longer a lock-on, fire-and-forget weapon system. Now they act very similarly to the Terran Republic Striker rocket launcher, in which you have to attain and hold a lock from the second the missile is fired all the way until the missile hits its target. If the target strays away from the crosshairs, pop flares, or moves out of the line of sight of the pilot, then the missile will lose its lock, fly straight up into the sky, and explode, dealing absolutely zero damage. If that wasn't enough, there's now a limit of a 145-degree turn before a locked missile will quit pursuing its target, and the maximum travel distance of fired missiles have been reduced from 1.25 kilometers to 1 kilometer. To help soften the blow though, the maximum amount of carried missiles was increased from 5 to 6 total, and the lock-on time was reduced from 2.5 seconds to 2 seconds. That's the main beef of this ESF focused patch, but there's still a few more things of importance to note. These include the change of bolt action animations for the Vanar Sovereignty's sniper rifles. They no longer take up the majority of the screen to allow refires of the rifle to be much more efficient. You can no longer aim down sights while falling or jump jetting in the air in any manner. Jumping, falling, or using the light assault's jump jets will immediately cause your soldier to exit aiming down sights. I have no idea why this was in place, but it's there now. Last but certainly not least has got to be my favorite part of this patch. Stationary or deployed vehicles will no longer slide when on inclined surfaces. Praise Vanu, this was the bane of my Vanguard's existence, and I can't wait to try out tanking again. So there you have it, you sexy beasts, the ESF update on Thursday, January the 16th. What are your favorite additions or changes in this patch? Are you looking forward to using any of the new ESF weapons, or are you happy that vehicles have had their butter removed from their wheels? Let me know in the comment section below. Personally, I can't wait to try out using the Hornet missiles to snipe out armor in some big tank zergs. Anyway, if you found this video entertaining or helpful in any way, please give it a mega super awesome nanite powered thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like these, then go ahead and subscribe. It's flavored free.